Hey everyone, I am codenamed King Night Owl, and this is MSF, Militaire Sans Frontières, Military Without Borders. We're a mercenary group based in 1974 and 84 under the Big Boss. We take on many different jobs, but our goal is to fight the good fight. In this video, I'll help you get started if you're new to ARMA 3 or at least just new to using TFAR and playing any kind of multiplayer in any kind of capacity. I hope this video is useful, maybe not just for new recruits Fultoned in, but new recruits out there for any other milsim. So what we're going to do first is, obviously you are a new recruit. What you want to do is I want you to download the MSF bare bones mod list. You click here and you would download it. This is our entire mod list that we use to play the game on our server. Once you have that downloaded, have your ARMA open on your launcher, and there's a very easy way to do this. You simply go into your preset tab here in your mods tab and you hit import. Then you take this mod list that you just downloaded, you click on it, open it, and it will automatically subscribe, download, and load all of the mods into this mod list. If you don't have TeamSpeak, go online, go to TeamSpeak's homepage here, free download, and then obviously whatever 32-bit or 64-bit for your Windows system, or if you're playing on, your whatever Raspberry Pi. This is of course assuming if you don't already have TeamSpeak, but if you do, good on you. Now what I'm going to explain to you is how to activate your Task Force radio. So Task Force Arrowhead radio, the beta, is what we use on our servers. So what you want to do to activate that plugin in your TeamSpeak is you have it in the mod list here. You go down in here, open folder in Windows Explorer. It'll give you a thing telling you blah blah blah, this is dangerous, whatever. I understand. You go in here, Task Force Arrowhead Radio Beta, TeamSpeak. Here's your plugin. You want to run this. Once you have it all good to go, open up your TeamSpeak here, Tools, Options. In the Add-ons tab, you want to enable the Task Force Arrowhead radio right here. This should be enabled. This other one, Task Force ARMA 3 radio, this is the base TFAR that I know some units still use. But this unit, MSF, uses the Arrowhead radio. So make sure you have this enabled. If you have this as well, make sure this is disabled. You want to make sure you have the right plugin active. Otherwise, when you hop on server, you're not going to be able to talk to everyone through proximity, and you're just going to hear everyone, and everyone will be able to hear you, and that's annoying. Alright, now that that's all good to go, you're all settled. Now it's time for you to actually get on the server. So what you want to do now to get onto the server is simply this. Go into server information here, look at in-game server information, and here is the address right here. Password is MSF. Now you could go from the launcher here and do direct connect and put this information in, and then you'll have this pop up for you. Once it's popped up, make sure you star it so that you can keep it here in your favorites for quick access. Now, I can't join from the launcher because I lack this DLC, Iron Curtain, which stops me from joining from the launcher. However, it doesn't matter if you have this DLC or not. We do not require you to have any kind of DLC to get onto our servers. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to just simply load into the game. So once you're on the main menu, we want to change your name into whatever your code name is that you chose for the unit here. So you simply go into your profile. I edit this profile because I don't want to change all my keybinds. When you change profiles, it changes over to the default keybinds, and I don't want to go through that, so I simply edit my name here. So now what you want to do to connect to the server is you go to multiplayer server browser. I have it in my favorites. and also my recents, so it's very easy to pick out. If you're not on the server, you don't have a friend that's on a server, then simply direct connect through this address and this port. Very simple, and once you hit join, boom, it'll pop up right here in your list. I star it so that it's easy to see, and then once you're in, boom, boom, MSF for password, and then OK to load. Now, if you have all the right mods, you should be able to load in. All right, so now we're on the server. So very quickly to explain to you, Control Tab is how you change from whisper to talking to yelling. Now, it's very important to know the difference because AI will be able to hear you in the game. We have Lamb's AI and they are able to hear you. So if you're in a stealth operation, make sure you're on quiet, on whisper, okay? We don't want anyone to hear you. So now I'm going to take you through the keybinds. Mine are all different because I'm weird, but it's very important to note some keybinds, especially for multiplayer. Now in multiplayer, push to talk. Just destroy it, delete it, remove it. There should be nothing there. Now, if you play on public multiplayer servers and you want to keep that because you're not using TFAR, that's totally fine. But everyone and their mother has caps lock tied to the radio, the short range radio. It's very important that you're able to do that effectively because talking on the radio on short range is very effective communication. Now, in order to access your radio, you want to do Control P. This will bring it up here. This is how I select frequencies. So I type it in here, and then you want to hit this to set frequency. Personally, I like to have my frequencies in a certain ear because I usually have a lot of things going on. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into the gameplay stuff. All right, so what's very important is you want to make sure weapons, here it is. Throwing. You want to make sure your grenade throwing is ×2G, all right? You press G 2 times and you will throw a grenade. Now the reason for this is very simple, is because H, which most people have for their medical menu, all right? You want to make sure you have H set to medical menu instead of hints. G, if you accidentally hit G, could cause a lot of collateral damage. So ×2G is very well and dandy for people who maybe accidentally hit that button. So it's very important to get that out of the way and make sure you have that set. Now the actual Ace Medical, I believe, is in here. Yes, open medical menu is H, all right? So another thing, Ace movement. You want to make sure these are set in a certain way. Personally, I have mine Control V, and then vehicle mount is also very important. This stops you from having to scroll through or Ace interact with a vehicle to get into it quickly. I have it to Shift V so I can instantly get into a vehicle. I highly recommend you actually check out your controls because if you're going to be new to multiplayer, you should see all the different options available to you with all of these different keybinds. So that's about it. It just takes you through some of the most basic, most useful things for people who are new to ARMA, at least new to the multiplayer section of ARMA. So make sure that you kind of get some experience with it. If you have any questions, let any of the trainers know when you're doing your BCT. And I wish you good luck out there, soldier. You're going to need it. I hope you have fun, and I'll see you in the field.